Welcome, Fright fans, to the horror show here at Game On Expo 2017 in Phoenix, Arizona. I'm sweating it out with the lovely KERRI Ann Hoskins. How are you, madam?
I'm good. How about you?
Excellent. I'm doing great since I'm talking to Sonya Blade, one of the just sexiest and most badass ladies in the entire Mortal Kombat franchise. And ironically, she joined the franchise for the third installment, which is when Mr. Sub-Zero was no longer with a mask, got his face slashed and all that. And that was when you first jumped on. But you had done some work with Midway before, or was Mortal Kombat 3 your first introduction with working with the company?
Actually, the first introduction I had was NBA Jam.
That's what I thought as a cheerleader, but I wasn't sure. So I wanted to double check.
Yep, that's what it was. And then it was Revolution X with Aerosmith.
Yes, the shooting game, which I played the hell out of in the arcades back as a kid, too.
It was a fun game.
Nice. But so how was the transition from doing modeling, and being as lovely as you are, with actually having to hone some fighting skills and, train properly? How extensive was that process for you getting ready to actually, get filmed doing the moves for that third Mortal Kombat game?
Well, my background is boxing, WWF wrestling, when they used to call it WWF.
Okay, that's when I remember it, yeah.
And so I had a lot of stunt work that I had learned through that, and gymnastics and stuff, flexibility was something I was born with. So what they did was they just kind of had somebody on the side, and I would just copy their moves. But the real training was when I went on tour.
Yeah, for the live show, right?
Yeah, I had to train in the Catskill Mountains 12 hours a day for 3 months.
Sounds strenuous.
Yeah, I was hallucinating. I think there was a couple games. Sometimes the fans know what I was in more than
Let's say mythologies, if I remember correctly. But
yeah, there was mythologies. Because I remember there was another outfit I was wearing, and I was actually pregnant with twins at the time. So we were trying to fix the costume so you couldn't tell. War Gods I was pregnant with, too.
Mm-hmm. Another Midway game, too.
Yeah, that was hard. I'm 3 months pregnant with twins and wearing a bikini.
Well, you have to rock it proper, any way that you can. And then you did further installments of NBA Jam, obviously. I mean, up until a 2004 installment, if I was reading correctly, which was, one of the later ones. And when there was all the controversy about the violence of Mortal Kombat and stuff like that, you being involved with the project and all the fighters and whatnot that were being filmed, did you think that there was too much attention being harped on the controversy of the violence of the game, or was it justified? Or you think people with games getting more violent over the years were just making too big of a deal about it, or what do you think?
Well, actually, I think it helped the game. They sensationalized it. So I think it made the game even bigger than it was. And
no press is bad press or whatever.
Right. And when we went on tour, we actually did tours of schools to promote the tour. And, that was the number one thing. Every time we did an interview for TV, radio, whatever, they would ask us about, the violence. And what it was is it promoted kids getting into martial arts. And what does the martial arts teach you? It teaches you discipline. It teaches you respect. So the violence, it was just a facet of that game, but I think it actually, helped.
Yeah.
Really. You can't pull a spine out of somebody, right?
That was my thing, in the first game at least. So I got to extend a grande gracias to you, Ms. Hoskins, but is there anything as far as current projects, social media, or something cool that you would like to direct our viewers to so they can learn a little bit more about you and what you're doing currently?
Well, I'm an artist. I paint. So I've got a website and a Facebook page, KERRI Ann Gallery. That's my Instagram, too. So search me out, find my art.
So what kind of art? More abstract or caricature, or what's your approach that you prefer? Do you like to do all kinds of different things?
I actually use both sides of my brain when I'm painting. I like to do abstract. I like to do realism. But right now I'm working with liquid metals, where I paint on liquid metals, and then I add a chemical to make it oxidize. It's a lot of fun.
That sounds way beyond my understanding, but super rad. So, okay, Righteousness Girl. Well, thank you so very much for speaking to us. It's been an amazing time here with the Mortal Kombat reunion cast here at Game On Expo. And until more coverage comes at you guys soon, folks, stay scared.